Hello everyone, this is Duan, and today I would like to show you how you can set up a cursor-based pagination in Apollo GraphQL project. So cursor-based pagination is essentially using a cursor, which is a unique identifier that is basically in every element of a list, and you can use it to determine the beginning of the next page. To set up the cursor-based pagination in your project, you need to do three things. So let's start from the server side. So here is a resolver function that uses two arguments to return a paginated data. So commonly you can find that we're using a limit. Limit is basically how much data you want to obtain from the database, and the cursor will be the identifier for the beginning of the next page. And the logic will be as follows. We fetch one extra item. The one extra item will become the cursor, and we're returning the amount of items as a list, and we're also returning the cursor so that the front end can send this cursor back for our next query. Next, in your component, there are two functions you need to set up. One is responsible for fetching the initial data. You can see it here. The use query is using the initial arguments to fetch the initial data, and this data will contain the next cursor for the next page. So to get the next page, we're using the fetch more function that we get from the initial hook, and we're passing the cursor that we get from the current data to the fetch more function, and this will give us the next page. And lastly, we want to determine how we want to show our paginated data. Typically, in an infinite scroll, we will have existing data merging with the incoming data. In this case, I'm setting the infinite scroll. So all I did is in-memory cache, we are setting a type policy. And in the field, I'm setting the get new stories. That's the query that I'm using for fetching the stories. And I'm basically merging the existing data with the incoming data and setting the next cursor as the cursor that comes from the incoming data. That's all you need to do for cases like infinite scroll. But if you want to display the new pages but not the old pages, you would also add a read function. What this read function does is basically use the cursor that you have before and using the cursor to find where that new page is in your in-memory cache. And from there, you can return the new page data in your read function, and that gives you the new page. And that's all you need to do to set up cursor-based pagination in Apollo GraphQL project. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you find this video useful, please leave a comment or like. Consider subscribe to this channel if you want to see related content. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.